Hi, this is Nathalie from LineDotArrow from the Netherlands, and I'm here with the second week challenge papers for July, the LEA July challenges. Sorry for the noise. Am I up too high? Maybe just a little lower. Sorry. I just need to adjust my chair a little bit so I can actually see the camera also. Okay. Not very professional this, but it is what it is. Second week July challenge papers. 4 papers, 4 pages. Yeah, I wanted to do this for a long time, and I'm going to give it a try today. They come in US letter size and also in A4 size. And this is the first page. A lot of fussy cutting going on, and a huge leather that is like rusted. Some natural elements over here. And then I also have some index cards, the front and the back, and little bits and bobs to decorate. Then I also have a collage page and a second page, and these are in the size of the actual journal papers, because it's a SLIMLINE. I did print these on the back side, but I made a mistake. I didn't flip it. So it is wrong, but maybe I can do something with this. We will see. Because if you actually fold this upwards, you have the image. But I'm not going to work with these papers today. I'm mostly going to focus on these. I did cut out this piece already. It is over here. Oh, let me take this out of the way. So I have my desk to work on. And I cut this out. I scanned it. I cut it out. And then this is the backing. So I cut a second round on a piece of cardstock. It's sort of linen paper. Now I messed up over here with the leather, but I don't mind. I cut a little bit, or I ripped something. I don't know what I did. I did something wrong. I cut out this element on the scan and cut, and these, and I have some backings. I did not cut out these yet, but I will later. But first I need to focus on this. If you have a journal page, let's say this one. And you have it like so. Maybe I can use this one actually, because then I can cover this up. And you have this over here. You can do several things with this. Obviously you can cut out the frames. You can have it as a see-through thing, so have like specimen slides behind. You can turn this into a flip. I'm not going to do that as I want to cover this up. But you can also cut out those white areas and sort of make pockets. Now I have to figure out if I need to cut out all the white edges, because if I want to slide something in here or on the top and in here, or maybe I think we can start in here. Maybe I don't need to cut this out. So maybe this can be covered with something nice. Cut this out, covered, cut this out, covered. Maybe I'm going to do that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I do need to think about a way to cover this, but I would think fabric. Ink a little and then fabric. But you could also add like these labels with a little fabric, so you have it decorated. That's also possible. But let me cut out the first, the third, and the fifth off camera. So I cut out the first, the third, and the fifth. I want to, I'm not sure if I really want to glue it on to the backing. I'm still doubting, because then it would be like so. But it would make a great tuck spot. Let me just do some testing. Let me get a piece of paper, or maybe a tag. Let me get a tag. So I have one of these. It's a little crooked, but it doesn't matter. If I glue this on here, I could definitely cover up the mistake I made with the printing, but I could slide these in like so. I can put one over here, and I could put one over here. And in this case, if I use the backing, I could even, okay, this one is crooked, but put one over here. If I don't use the backing, it will look like this. And also when you take out this one, you see this. So I am going to use the backing. That's what I'm sure of. I'm just gluing this over here. Oh, I made a mistake. Again, I glued over here too. I had to clean it. Silly me. What am I doing? Okay, maybe I can. No, I can't. Ooh, I've been so distracted. And also, oh, I made a huge mistake. I'm so sorry. I definitely should not glue all this together. What am I doing? It's a bad day for crafting for me. I haven't been very well this week. I had a fever for 2 days. I do know what I have. I have meds now. Okay, let me just repair the damage. I started off so well, and now I messed it up. I was so excited about this project. Okay, let me... So don't glue this straight to your backing. For those of you watching, don't do this. Don't make the same mistake I do, because then you mess up your whole project. Okay, I think we are going to use this side now. What I need to do is also clean this piece. What a nightmare. Or I could, yeah, I could do something else. I'm going to glue it together anyway, because I just thought of a solution to fix my mistake. And if not, I'm just going to remove the whole video. So pretend I didn't take it off. So I didn't make a mistake. Okay. Because I could also just cut out these. So I glued it to the backing and I cut out the other frames too. Now I need to do some inking. Okay, I'm just going to dab a little on here. Trying to cover this up. You could also cut out these and have something behind, like a specimen slide, and also have a pocket, but yeah, I could have done that. I'm going for this today. Okay. What I do want is to create something behind, so I have pockets over here. So I'm going to get some book pages. I have a few book papers over here and I just want to fold some pockets. I'm just going to do that very easy. Maybe I need to do it like so. So I'm making it a little wider so I can fold the edges like so and create a pocket like so. And then have this over here. Okay. I'm not sure if I did it the right way now. No, I forgot to. Oh, but I can glue this together. That's okay. Some glue. And I'm going to glue the bottom like so. I'm just going to put it on here. Let me see. Okay, this is not the best. These tags have been in my stash for ages. Yeah, this can work. Okay, so I'm going to do the same for the other ones. So I folded my pockets over here. Just let me check if they actually work. Okay, this one. But I think when you glue this down, you put glue over here and on the sides, you are able to slide this in. Yeah. So this could work. Okay. Now we also have this piece. I did use my scan and cut, but it was a very difficult thing to cut. I didn't test it out before. It's not the worst cutting it did, but I also changed the settings of my knife, and there was something wrong with my plate because it was extremely sticky. But I'm just going to ink the white pieces and cover this. We have ink, so we can cover everything we want. Yeah, I think I have it covered now. Okay, where is the paper I want to use? It's over here. There's so much mess on my desk. Okay. I think if I put it on like this, I could cover up the butterflies that are upside down. Maybe I need to glue this down already. Pretty sure I'm not going to add things behind. Yes, I am. I'm going to glue this side, this piece, over here, over here. I can even glue this down. Yes. I hope I'm correct. Let's see. I'm going to slide it as much as possible to the left. I hope it still works. Please work. Yes. It is working. I'm so happy. Okay, I want to cover this up. Maybe I should first cover these up and then do the side. I want to have little fabric pieces, but I also have these. That would be fun too. You can also use the tickets from last week. Put the tickets on. That's also possible. You can also do sewing, of course. If I put a label over here, no, I want a label over this one over here, this one over here. And there's the other thing I want to use. Maybe I can use something from last week. Let's see, a ticket from last week maybe. Because I have so many little things that I can use. Yeah, I'm going to use this ticket. So this can go over here. So this can go on here. Yes. And I said fabrics, so let's get some fabrics. Oh, I have some fabric still over here. Okay. Do the same with this one. And I'm also going to glue this one on. Okay. Just a little glue over there. I think my scissor is not working anymore. No, it's not. Okay. I try to hurry. Okay. Now we can glue on the final part. Like so. I'm so excited about this. I had it in my mind and I wasn't sure if it's going to work. And obviously I did it just how I wanted to make it a little, because I had it planned out totally different. But I think this is the best way to actually make this. Okay, now I wanted to do some decoration over here. Also thinking maybe I need to add a little bit of book pages. sure if this will work. We will see. To make this a little thinner. Oh, I want this side. Over here. Yeah. Slide it a little bit inwards. It's covering up this piece. And if I do it like this, it's also covering up this piece down below, which is actually a good thing. Now let me check how I want this, because this is very fragile. I'm just going to, maybe I'm going to cut it in pieces and layer this. That's also an option. You can also use, like, I also have trim, leaf trim. I'm not sure how to say that. It's not a lace, and it's not a, what's the word for lint? I don't know. Because I don't want them to stick out too much. So if I do it like this, ribbon, that's the name. I didn't know the word for ribbon anymore. Oh, it's terrible that I don't know that. But I have ribbon that has lace leaves on it. I think this looks cool. And I bet you didn't thought it would look like this when I started and made a huge mistake with the fabric, or not the fabric, with the pockets, and tried to fix it, and then returned to the original mistake. But that's how I roll. Make a mistake and then try to do it different. But I think a lot of people do that, because that's basically what we do when we papercraft, journal, junk journal, make mistakes and try again. Oh, there's glue everywhere on my hands. Sticky and dirty. But I'm going to back these little elements real quick so I can also put them on. But yeah, you can also turn this letter into a flip out thingy. I was also thinking maybe I could print it on transparent paper like acetate and have it flip out but also be a very tall pocket. Many things are possible using this leather. You can also cut it in two, so you have one piece on one paper. You can also do it like this, over the page, fold it over the page. And it's a huge letter, I know, but I made it to be a pocket, so that's why it needed to be huge. But if you want it in a smaller size, you can print two of the papers, or the paper 2 times on one sheet. That's possible too. You just have to check your printer settings how to do that. But it's not very difficult. You just have to figure out how to do it. For some reason, I think this guy needs to be over here. Very orientated over this side, but I'm going to put it like this. It needs to be on the left side. Okay, now let me see if I can use these to go in here. So let me cut these and then I will be back. Now I cut these and I didn't put anything in between, but you could back these, have a little piece of cardstock in between the 2 layers. I cut this one slightly shorter, so the width, when I turn it over like this, the width is a little bit smaller to fit this pocket. And I rounded the corners with a 4mm corner rounder. And I thought I'm just going to slide this in like so. It will cover up the labels. So started to think, well, maybe I should put this one in here and have something else at the top. That is possible too. So don't use this one, or make that one slightly smaller. If your pocket doesn't work, you could easily go in and okay. Should I could cut it in half, make a tiny pocket. Or maybe this one over here. And this one, if I put this one in here, is it going to cover up? No, I want this one over here. This can go like so, this can go like so. Yeah, I'm going to cut this in half like so, I think. A little shorter. and then it will fit. No, it doesn't. Alright, doesn't it fit? It has to fit. It will fit like so, and I could also still use this one. And have an extra thingy at the top. Maybe like so. Ooh, I love this. I'm so happy. You can even use the papers from last week and slide in some of the tickets. You can stuff your pockets with all sorts of elements, of course. I could slide this in here. And this one can go. I think I want this one like so, and then this, no, like so. No, I want it like so. I'm so sorry. It's all about the aesthetics, right? Do I need something over here too? I don't know. Do I have another piece that I can use? There's so many little things that I can put in. Does it need something? No. No, I think, well, maybe this tiny one. Yes, the tiny one needs to be in. Look. I really like this. Now I would ink my page a little. But yeah, this can be in your journal. I need a dot of blue over here. I don't know how to call this. I'm just going to call it a tall leather pocket. But this is it for today. I really, really like it. We could also even have this piece on top, layer something over here, but I think it's enough. It doesn't bother me. I wanted to say it doesn't bother me, but it does bother me. So I'm just going to slide in a little bit of cheesecloth underneath. Because it does bother me. Do you want to add something else? No. Maybe a little tape. Add just a little more to your project. And I really like the tapes. I'm so happy I made this. This is my go-to thing. I use this a lot. Maybe a little bit too much, but I really, really like it. Okay, now it's finished. Let me clean the desk and then I will show you the end result. So this is the final result. I glued it on the pages that comes with the free papers this week. I do notice the leaves are sticking out a tiny bit over here, just a small bit, and I want that gone. And this is the same page basically, but I printed the wrong way, so I covered it up. I used the leather, and I have tiny pockets or tiny elements in the pockets. These over here. Okay. Come on, go in. And this over here. I really like it. And the butterfly and the owl. So yeah, this is this week challenge. Create a leather pocket thingy. This one. And it comes in A4 size, in US leather size. This is the other paper. And I did the same thing over here. I made a mistake. But maybe I'm going to cover this with coffee dyed paper because I really like this paper. And yeah, show us your makes in the Facebook groups that are hosting the challenges. That is Two Sister Jam, Sophie's Crafty Corner, and of course LineDotArrow. All the papers that I just showed you today and the previous one from week 1 are for free in LineDotArrow Facebook group. And they are for a small fee on my Ko-Fi. For those of you who don't do Facebook groups or do not even have a Facebook account, but they will be there on my Ko-Fi for a small fee. And you can post your makes in the Facebook groups using the free papers with the hashtag #LDA July challenges, and your post is worth 1 entry. If you use the press ink memory papers together with the free papers, your post is 2 entries. That means your name will be on a name picker wheel at the end of the month, twice per post if you use the kit. So the more you post, the more your name will appear on the wheel, the bigger the chance of winning a free kit in LineDotArrow. And you can do the same posting in the other 2 Facebook groups. So I hope you liked the video. I hope you like the papers. Leave a like, leave a comment. Maybe you want to hype this video. Maybe you want to invite a friend to follow me on YouTube because I really need some support. And it doesn't cost you anything to be a subscriber to my channel, but it means the world to me. I hope you will subscribe if you just tuned in, and also visit the Facebook group and also visit the other 2 Facebook groups. Also check out the design team members. I have link trees that are linked below this video in the description box that will take you to all the groups, design team members, Etsy store, Ko-Fi page, everything. So thank you so much. This was the 2nd week challenge for today. I'm looking forward to seeing your makes. And yes, have a happy Saturday. Stay safe, stay creative. Greetings from the Netherlands, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye. Bye.